for a long time, and then they went away. And they've recently come back.
Yeah,
I love One for the Road. That's a great
I think my sister
getting drunk at somebody's house. And Arctic Monkeys are from Scotland, I believe. And they're only recently back in the public consciousness over the past couple of years. Arctic Monkeys right now, brand new song on the Buzzard.
I mean, I can see why he would think this is Iron Maiden.
Oh, they're British. They are not. I thought they were Scottish. They're dropping a new album this fall. They are doing arenas in the United States this fall.
Arenas?
They will play the United Center in Chicago. They're not coming here. That's a real bummer. Because Arctic Monkeys are dynamite. You'd have to go to Chicago or Toronto or Detroit to see them. Maybe I will.
Was this a radio song?
I don't know, but I like it a lot.
It sounds similar to one of their other
Which I'm
songs.
trying
It was
to
a
figure
radio
out
song.
which one I know.
Well, no, their big hit was what was a big Arctic Monkeys hit?
According to Spotify, the most streamed one is "Do I Want to Know."
Oh, that's
Yeah,
right.
and
That's
that kind of
right.
has some similar vibes to this.
Yep.
Is that probably the one?
Yeah.
That was on the radio.
Yes.
2013.
That's
is
a good song too.
college for me.
Hold on, I'll get you some.
When you ask me these questions, I always have to think of a band that I haven't said before. I don't want to be too much of a repeater.
You're not going to say Lou Rolls every time?
Well, Lou Rawls, like that
A
is
repeater.
not even a band. Like anyone with a deep voice, I'm like, oh, that's Lou Rawls.
This is the one.
Yeah, people know this.
I like this song, yes.
Oh, I like this too. This has been a theme song.
But I mean,
Yeah,
this is
this
a
is the one
10-year-old
I know.
song too.
Mhm.
So yeah.
What's this one called?
Do I want to know?
I was like, I know I asked for it.
No, I just heard this on the radio. I was out of town and I heard it. I was like, man, what a good song. Because I always think of One for the Road. But yeah, anyway.
It's long intros.
What's that?
They all have super long intros. Get to the lyrics.
This kind of sounds like, oh my God, I've seen them like 5 times. Akron band, 2 guys.
The Black Keys.
Black Keys. This kind of sounds like Black Keys.
There's kind of a jangly guitar vibe to
Yeah.
it. Yeah. Anyway, I digress. I mentioned all this because I was reading an article on bands that have the saddest and angriest fan bases, using large data sets to kind of cross-reference fans of bands.
Are these mainstream bands or
Mainstream
can we give you some
bands.
deep dives?
I'm reading these as mainstream bands because in order to get a large data set, you'd probably have to kind of survey the biggest fan bases for the biggest bands.
Dashboard Confessional.
Well,
Secondhand Serenade.
Streetlight Manifesto.
To Write Love on Her Arms.
Yeah. They took over 200,000 comments and posts in fan forums, and they took the 92 most popular bands and artists that were coming up and breaking them down into see who was angry, who was sad, by using an algorithm to figure this stuff out. And the band with the angriest fans, okay. The band with the saddest fans is a band called Panic at the Disco.
You're lying. No,
we
he's
have
lying.
so much fun.
Which is, of course, Poundcake's favorite punk band, well established on this show. The artist most likely to make their fans feel sadness is Panic at the Disco.
That's crazy.
Linkin Park is number 2. That's no. Linkin Park is like the soundtrack for suicidal ideation, right? Everybody who's been in that frame of mind, it's part of the reason why Linkin Park was and continues to be such a resonant and popular band with people, because those kinds of struggles can be universal.
Their biggest hit was Numb. Well, maybe not their biggest hit, but the only song I know by them was Numb. And then didn't their drummer branch out and become a rapper? And he made that song, Where'd You Go?
Fort Minor was the side project. Yeah, but
Mike
I mean,
Shinoda.
Things were tough for Chester for a while, so all the other guys were kind of like, we don't know how this is going to go.
My friend was obsessed with like Mike Shinoda, and I figured he was more like a Pete Wentz from Fall Out Boy. He must have been the hot one out of the group, so he's the one that could branch out and have like another career, I guess.
Yeah, it might be hard. I mean, in a classic sense, it might be hard to nail down who the hot one is in Linkin Park because they're all kind of regular looking dudes. But
They're Brooklyn boys.
I think One Step Closer might have been like one of their.
I think In
easily
the End
one
was
of
probably
biggest
their biggest
songs.
hit.
Well, Linkin Park.
They had a lot of them.
mean,
Yeah,
yeah.
I don't know, but for a California band, I mean, Sunshine didn't do them any good.
Linkin Park is in New York or Chicago. Where are they from?
There's one in Tremont.
Well, there's a park called Lincoln Park in Chicago, but this band is from California.
Oh,
They're not named. I think they're named after a Lincoln Park somewhere else. But I mean, like the Lincoln Park Zoo in Chicago, and
Well, then Jay-Z's a liar because he, in the remix, he was like, "Y'all want to ride with the Brooklyn boys?" I always assumed that he.
that's Jay-Z.
That's him.
But he said boys.
Yeah, he's
Well,
got
he-
boys.
All of them.
He's got goons.
Mm-hmm.
He's not going to say you want to ride with the Lincoln Square boys. I mean,
Okay.
But yeah.
I'm reading this. I'm assuming the same article as you, where it says that My Chemical Romance, Avicii, and John Mayer were all tied for 10th.
There you go.
Now, here's the thing: I have cried to many a John Mayer song.
Well,
That is true.
But that wasn't from depression. That was just because you wanted to feel him.
Well, no, he has a lot of breakup songs, which I'm actually surprised there's not a country artist on this.
Metallica and Guns N' Roses are among the artists most likely to make their fans feel angry, along with Cardi B, Megan Thee Stallion, and Kanye West.
Dude,
Megan Thee Stallion makes me feel a lot of things. Angry is not one of them. Well, it makes parts of my body feel angry. When it came to happiness, your top bands are U2 and Ed Sheeran. But what? Say again, Cody?
I have never felt more ratchet than when I listen to, like, hip-hop, like, I don't even know gangster rap. It's not even really gangster rap. Like Nuck If You Buck. When Nuck If You Buck comes on, like I'm serious. Like if I'm ever in a,
We were 12.
I
Right.
don't care.
Like
Like
that's what he.
we nuck it and buck it and ready to fight. And I'm like jumping around.
And you
I'm
just
like,
punch your hand
it
back
makes
and
me,
forth.
like I'm like, man, yeah, I could take somebody down right now. Like I haven't been in a fight in so long. Like yeah, I need to fight. Like that, and then like Brooke Valentine girl fight.
Dude.
Like it makes me just lose my mind, and I don't know what trigger. Music is so powerful because it triggers something in me. I'm like, yeah, I'm gonna yank a bitch earrings out. Like I
Nuck
don't
if you buck.
nuck if you buck.
Rock your hips.
We knock it and buck it and ready to fight. Ooh,
Who was the band that did that? You remember?
Field Mob Crew,
Crime Mob.
Crime Mob Crew,
Yeah, from Atlanta. I love that name.
and then Bone
Crime
Crusher.
Mob. We really want you to know where we're coming from. We're a crime. We're not a regular mob, which is primarily associated with crime.
No,
We are a
no.
crime mob.
Crime mob.
Right. Not Mob Deep. Crime mob.
Well, We Ain't Never Scared by Bone Crusher is another
Never
one.
scared.
We ain't never scared. That was like me and my brother's anthem because my brother would wear his hair like Bone Crusher, and he was a bigger dude.
Oh
so he'd be
my
like,
God.
"We ain't never scared." Yeah, we're walking the streets of Oberlin saying, "We ain't never scared." It was
So as a young boy though, it probably made you feel tough,
yes,
which is what you were looking to. Yeah.
But it's dangerous because it's a false sense of security. Because if I'm ever in a
Because you
point
are scared.
where I'm meeting up.
Always Scared is the name of his album.
You know, I meet up somewhere in the back, in the flat somewhere, you know, where you know, it's a big meetup and we about to fight. I'm going to play this music on the way there. And I'm going to get out thinking I can do some damage. And I can't.
Well,
gonna get my
that's-
ass whooped.
But that's why so many lame ass white boys like it too,
like-
because they think it makes them hard.
I'm like, put on Brooke Valentine real quick. Let me get girl fight.
You know what song made me feel like that as a kid? The Way I Am by Eminem. Like, because it's basically him saying F you to everybody. I'm this angry person. And that was heavy around the time my parents were getting a divorce. So when that song came out, I was like singing I am whatever you say I am. If I wasn't,
I wonder, though-
why
The way
would I
he-
say I am?
I wonder what it
He
is.
rhymes am and am pretty
I
good.
don't care. I love Eminem.
Yeah. I wonder what it is in just differences in people's brains where whether it's anger, whether it's sadness, whatever, they gravitate toward a particular genre.
Mhm.
Like if you're an angry young man, you might a lot of heavy metal fans, right?
Yeah.
It's a way to channel whatever. Other people they're like it's hip hop
Mhm.
or it's country or whatever.
I feel like country's not really angry. Country's like vengeful, it can be. Or
If
like,
it's a woman singing, for
I'm saying
sure.
it can be vengeful, but it's
Yeah.
not even like angry. It's almost like you asked for this. Like
What do
Carrie
you think was
Underwood
going to
before
happen?
he
F
cheats.
around and find out music.
Yeah. Oh my God, what's that one song? I think it's
Before
Miranda
he cheats?
Lambert. No. It's about
Gunpowder
her.
and lead.
Yes, Gunpowder and Lead.
Oh my God, how did I know that?
Because that's Miranda Lambert, but that's her revenge song. Her husband beats her, goes to jail, and then when he gets out of jail, she's she's hammered on the porch, ready to shoot him in the face.
And country fans are so mad. They're like, I'm tired of the stereotypes.
I love
Well,
it.
talk to your singers. Don't talk to us making fun of it. Talk to your singers. My husband beat me, then he's in jail, and then he came back and I shot him.
This is how.
And then I threw the dog in the pickup truck and we took off. And then we went to church on Sunday after we drank all Saturday.
It's just so great. I'll show you what a real man's made of. Yeah. Oh God, it's so good.
The only reason why I know that song, and this is how diverse our music tastes were as children. My brother got tickets to the Miranda Lambert concert when it came to the Lorain County Fair, but we also used to listen to Crime Mob and Bone Crusher and all the gangster rap music. So, God, pulling that out of my ass was. Just
I like
ridiculous.
old-timey country music.
Well, it's funny because now alternative country is just country.
It's the alternative.
Yeah, where like Tyler Childers and stuff like that. It's just like, yeah, this just sounds like country music. It's just not pop country.
Let me give you some old-timey country songs. Real country songs. Get your tongue out of my mouth because I'm kissing you goodbye.
Are these cramped?
These are real. No, these are real songs.
I've never heard that.
I've played Drop Kick Me Jesus Through the Goalposts of Life. I've played that before. Her teeth were stained, but her heart was pure. Don't cut any wood, baby, because I'm coming home with a load.
God, I wrote a bit about that. I hope it's in this notebook where I was comparing people who say I like old country, and then I looked up old country songs, and they are not something you should say that you like.
I got in at 2 with a 10, and I woke up at 10 with a 2. That's a good one. I've flushed you from the toilet of my heart. I don't know whether to kill myself or go bowling.
I like both of those.
That's an actual song. If you want to keep the beer real cold, put it next to my ex-wife's heart.
Oh my God.
I
Luke
hate every bone in your body except mine.
Luke Combs has a song like that where he says drinking beer almost as cold as you.
Yep. They're taking it from these old-timey Waylon and Willie, and I'm just a bug on the windshield of life.
I was comparing it. Man, I hope it's in this notebook.
I like the ones that twist your mind into a pretzel. Like, I'm so miserable without you, it's like having you here.
Yeah, you like that?
I love that. That's hilarious.
I'd
Oh, here
rather,
it is.
here's one, I'd rather hear a fat girl fart than a pretty boy sing.
Okay. I don't know who this is. I didn't write it down, but I'm comparing Zach Brown Band. And where they say, I got my toes in the water, ass in the sand, not a worry in the world, cold beer in my hand, life is good today. And then the next guy, God, I got to find out who it is. I put a pistol in my jacket and stumbled out, hailed a taxi, told the taxi driver to take me to her home. I remembered Waylon proudly. Everybody said I yelled loudly, come on out here, I'm going to come in, Mrs. Jones. That's about him killing his ex-wife.
That's
and
all one.
burying
That's
her.
that's all the title.
No, I can't remember
Oh.
who it is.
If the phone don't ring, baby, you'll know it's me. I like those.
The next thing I recall, I was walking to the forest looking for a place to hide her bones.
Yeah,
This is old country. Oh, this is called Second Mrs. Jones or something like that.
I like these.
And this is a
Pardon me, I've got someone to kill. That's one of these songs. Or how about if I've got the cob, if you got the corn.
Porter Wagoner. That's his
Oh
name.
yeah, he used to be on like the Hee Haw and the Dolly Parton
Well,
show.
and he was on like he's like a Grand Ole Opry member and all that kind of stuff. And a lot of his songs were about like killing his wives.
Yep.
Beating them and all kinds of stuff.
yeah.
Just
Was
kind of
Eminem's.
switched. It went from being about like the men singing about killing their wives to the women singing about killing their husbands.
Yeah, because they've
All
been
progress.
beaten their whole
Yeah.
life.
Oh no, makes sense.
If you get the feeling that I don't love you, feel again.
Oh.
The pint of no return. Oh, anyway.